Hey Jane, here's Renergy and I. We're going to do your balance now. Hope you enjoyed those frequencies that I sent through last night. And we'll be uploading another one we did today about the whole energy of the world. So that could actually be useful as well. So it'll be up on YouTube, you know, 10 minutes to 12 hours away, depending on the internet and the universe. So. Okay. Oh, amazing, absolutely. Yeah, so we've just done a big balance on universal energy. So, and I sort of felt it would be a good thing to do before our balance so you're getting the benefit of both. So, I am 100% Jane. I am 100% Jane. And the other thing I've got going on, I've got the bioresonance machine running through a chakra balance simultaneously. So that'll just be whizzing through the whole time as well, just helping to clear negative energy and all sorts of things from all of those little chakras as well. So let's see where we need to start for Jane. Nope. 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 Okay, we need to start with your celestial circuit. So the celestial circuit is about the body not being in balance. So your center of gravity is supposed to be, hold, here, and it's not quite. Okay, so bring me to the last time when your center of gravity was perfect. Hold, okay. So give me the timeline for that. Okay, so current to 40 to 35 to 30 to 25 to 20 to 15 to 10 to 5 to 0 in utero, past life in... Okay, this is an old pattern. In fact, it's not looking like you've ever quite been in balance perfectly your entire life. I'm sure it's been better than that, but it's sort of interesting because something happened in the womb with your mum that messed with your ability to really feel perfectly safe and grounded and in your own skin and in your own body and confident with yourself. So let's go in and see where your center of gravity is. And hold. Okay. And hold. Okay. So that center of gravity, that celestial circuit, that's in third stage stress. So it's chronic fatigue of trying to keep you in balance. So let's have a squeeze. Is it to the left? Is it down? Is it up? Sorry, is it to the right? Is it to the left? So it's down and left. So it's somewhere in that quadrant. Okay, so it's down in that direction on your right. Yeah, on your right. And is it in line with the body? No, it's in behind as well. So it's sort of down on about a 45, 50 degree angle in behind you, sort of down here. In centimeters, inches, feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you're about a whole body person away from yourself. So your center of gravity is sort of way down over here. So we need to get that back in here to that Dantian, to that CV 6 sort of area. Okay, what do we need to do? So will we start with the... Okay, so we're going to start with the best technique, which is a recentering. Actually, because this has been there for so long, let me just ask, is there psychological reversal preventing this? Yes, there is. Want, need, think, safe, believe, deserve, trust, deserve. Okay, so that doesn't sound like the sort of emotion that a baby in the womb would feel. So that's obviously mum, dad, or generational. Yeah, right. There's something about grief or guilt or something. So whatever that was going on, it's large intestine energy, which is externalized grief, guilt, regret. But that can be sort of leading in with depression or apathy, the inability to let go, feeling like someone around you is being unmerciful, lack of compassion or too much compassion, sadness, somewhere in that sort of realm with the large intestine energy. But once again, that's been with you since birth. So I suspect that at some stage we're going to find some deep survival patterns in here that have been blocked for a long, long time. So yeah, so now we'll do the best technique. Oh, sorry, that was I deserve. I deserve to let go of this problem. And hold. Okay. I deserve to keep this problem. Hold. So that's psychological reversal. We need to reverse that for you, Jane. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is do the this best technique, which is about recentering. So it's just a quick little energetic reset that helps to bring it back, but then because it's in third stage stress, it might need several balances to bring it back in. Which one what?
Best.
Bioenergetic. See, there's two stories I've heard. One of them was that it was Dr. Best who came up with this centering technique. But the other thing I heard was that he, like Charles Krebs, teaches this one in the LEAP process. And bioenergetic. Something technique. Centering, haha. Not for Aussies. Well, it could be in there with an S. Is that Surrogate?
It's labradorite.
What does that one do?
It's it's empowering.
Yeah.
And
And you feel like you've needed that lately?
yeah. Bring out the best in yourself.
Beautiful.
I am needing a shumgata from my phone.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, at the moment I've just got one of those little gold, you know, the gold stickers. They're like $15. They sort of help to sop up some of the EMFs.
Is that yeah?
Yeah. Let's have a look. Where do we need to go? So another layer, yeah. So there's another layer of the celestial circuit. So where do we need to go next? ESR, oscillation, chakra, cranios, chi keys, tuning forks. No, okay, so tuning fork combo. So what's the best tuning fork combo to bring Jane back into balance? Okay, so the first one's Cirque Sex, so the pericardium meridian. And adrenals, okay. Oh, actually, adrenals, thyroid. So with the thyroidectomy, you've still got the meridian there, even though the thyroid has been removed. Orange, orange. Pericardium triple heater. Right, so they're quite low energies linked in with this. So it's a combination of feeling indifferent to things, you know, so you're mentioning that you just don't have your spark. So it's about feeling indifferent because of a deep depression that's sort of like, and that can be the cells that are depressed. You know, the cells themselves just aren't spitting out that energy that they need to on a daily basis. I didn't actually have a look at your mitochondria last night and see what was in that, but if you have a look at the bioresonance, one of the balances was for the 13 body systems. I think it's like a 27-page report or something like that. Well, the last one is the mitochondria, and that's our energy storage, energy production of the body. So if you have a look in there, it'll have some emotions, it'll have some causes, it'll have suggestions. But the causes are usually things that we don't have a lot of control over, like environmental toxins and pesticides and all sorts of things like that. So the best we can do is organic and purifying our water and, you know, really trying to take care of ourselves. So the flower essence is clematis. It's a bark flower essence. Yeah, right. Okay, so it's about distraction from moment to moment reality, apathy, withdrawal into a world of illusion when faced with difficulty. So it's that lack of spark, that lack of connection, that lack of being able to be present here and now on the planet. Okay, so where do we need to use these tuning forks? Do we need the pericardium meridian? Do we need the triple heater meridian? No. Do we need chakras? Right, so we've got both the base and the crown chakra, which probably means you're taking in other people's crap from both ends, but also the heart chakra. So you've got the two ends as well as the one in the center. So blockage, blockage, blockage. So you're not going to be having good kundalini energy traveling up your nervous system, up your spine and feeding your brain. And do we need any figure eights, or do we need any layer of the aura? Do we need to energetically bring back that center of gravity? Yes, we do. Okay. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transmute my distraction from moment to moment reality, my apathy, my withdrawal into a world of illusion when faced with difficulty, and my disinterest in life into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively become fully conscious of and responsible for the realities of my life, especially those in the present, and appreciate the purpose of my life. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transform my distraction from moment to moment reality, my apathy, my withdrawal into a world of illusion when faced with difficulty, and my disinterest in life into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively become fully conscious of and responsible for the realities of my life, especially those in the present, and appreciate the purpose of my life. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transcend and dissolve my distraction from moment to moment reality, my apathy, my withdrawal into a world of illusion when faced with difficulty, and my disinterest in life into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively become fully conscious of and responsible for the realities of my life, especially those in the present, and appreciate the purpose of my life. Another layer to do with the celestial circuit. So it looks like that might have done it. Let's have a look. And hold. And hold. Beautiful. So it's locking, it's unlocking, and it's locking again. So that's nice and balanced, and we'll check that Dantian. Yeah, so your center of gravity is back here. So it's about 2 inches below your belly button. So anytime you're feeling out of kilter, if you put your hand on that little spot and just energetically imagine your center of gravity being in there, and from there, You know, feel the aura all around you, just cleansing and clearing negative energy, negative entities, negative attachments. Okay, so now a deep hidden survival pattern has shown up. Once again, is that current? Is that old? Is it anything to do with the thyroidectomy? The health issues associated with building to the thyroidectomy? Yeah, okay. So that whole little time in your life when the immune system was getting to such a state, because I'm imagining if you had a thyroidectomy, there was immune issues going on. And one of the reasons for the medical profession removing the thyroid is to deliberately create a state of a hypoactive thyroid, because that's easier to medicate. And quite often those medications will make the numbers on the page look better for the doctor, but they don't make us as women feel better. So there's things that you can do in the background. Once again, I'll check out your bioresonance. I haven't yet, but there might be some things we need, like say, you know, zinc and selenium, and or even herbs like withania or the ginsengs, you know, something to really reactivate and nurture that energy. So even though the thyroid isn't there, the meridian is, so we can still nurture that energy. I'm even thinking the Renew 28 would help just to activate all that beautiful throat chakra energy in there. Okay, so deep hidden survival pattern. So this is sensory overload of the senses. So what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you're touching, the nervous system just goes too much and wants to escape. So let's go see what shows up in this pattern. So the first one showing up is the cerebellar vermis. So this is that little part of the brain that modulates emotional activity. So when it is showing up, there's a disconnect between how we feel emotionally, whether you're feeling flat and disinterested and apathetic, compared to what's going on in our life. And sometimes what's going on in our life is fine. You know, there can be nothing wrong going on, but we just don't feel it. And that disconnect often happens in the cerebellar vermis, and then those survival patterns just keep it running in the background in a way that doesn't serve us. Yeah, okay. So there's an old pain and punishment circuit that is jamming your lymph in your body. Yeah, right, okay. So I need to connect to the lymphatic system. So these little points up here are master lymph within the SIPS circuitry. And this little guy down here is the pain punishment circuitry. Okay, next little one's the anterior cingulate gyrus. So this is part of the genetic pathways. So up to 7 generations of how we've coped with stress are stored in some of this periventricular survival system, and this is one of those little nuclei. So there is, so there's a pain punishment circuit locked in there. And once again, because the womb is, you know, it sort of showed that the celestial circuit had never been fully activated or centered since you were born. So I'll just ask, is there a genetic component to this? And is it worth exploring? Okay. So is it on Jane's mum's side, Jane's dad's side, Jane's mum's side? Okay. So Jane's mum's side, Jane's mum's dad's side. Okay. So Jane's mum's side, Jane's mum's dad's side. Okay. So Jane's mum's mum. Right, so it's down the feminine side of the family. Mum's side. And just confirming it's not Jane's mum's dad's side. Okay, so Jane's mum's mum's side. Jane's mum's dad's side. Okay, so okay. Jane's mum's side. Oh my gosh, that's 6 generations back on the female side. So this is a really long held pattern in the emotional system that we're tapping into here. Very interesting. So that sort of tells me that everything we can do to activate that kundalini, activate that feminine energy, activate that that female construct that makes us feel perfect within our own skin, that's going to be really important for us. So that'll be very much that sacral chakra energy, that kundalini up the spine, you know, making sure that our estrogens, progesterones, DHEAs are working beautifully in the background. Beautiful. Your energy's feeling very grounded and relaxed on your behalf, so fabulous. So we're about to go into the reticular activating system. Now, because we've got the 6 generations, oh, it's you plus 6, so 7 generations, this will be helping to heal any of that genetic and inherited, and so empowering the females through the whole family. So the first 2 little nuclei showing up is the adrenals with noradrenaline. So noradrenaline is that expectation that things can be stressful, and it's switching off the serotonin. So serotonin is calming and nurturing. So it's doing that combo, which as a mama lion, we need to be on the lookout to make sure that we are keeping ourselves and our loved ones safe all the time. Or mama lioness. I choose to feel empowered. I choose to feel connected. I choose to feel happy and carefree. Yeah. So in this circuit again, there's another reticular activating circuit. This one's switching off the pleasure reward centers because the heart chakra has felt damaged or hurt. Brow chakra. So these 3 here, so the brow, the throat, the heart, all 3 of those. Would we be able to do, say, figure 8s around that area? Yeah, okay. This way, this way, this way, this way. Okay. Can I use the same tuning forks as before? No, it's a different energy. Do I need to do a meridian or an affirmation? I do. Okay. So the tuning fork affirmations? Okay. Okay, so the first one's heart. Heart, liver. So the flower essence is Desert Alchemy Prickly Pear Cactus. Right. So this one's about not knowing what's right for you. So it's about when you're not following your inner guidance, but when you're feeling flat, quite often we don't trust our intuition. So it's about bringing that back into balance. And with these 3 chakras here, so the brow chakra is about thinking, problem solving, working out solutions, moving forward in the world, trusting your own intuition. The throat chakra is about speaking your truth. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin so that you can do that. And the heart chakra is about self-love, self-worth, self-belief. So the combination of those, prickly pear cactus, it's about feeling unadaptable, feeling like when things don't go your own way, it's hard to feel safe and confident, and about not sticking what you know is right for yourself. So let's have a squeeze. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly and supportively transmute, transform, transcend and dissolve my unadaptability, my desire to control the timing of events and situations, and my not sticking to what I know is right for me into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly and supportively listen to my inner voice about what is right for me, accept that which I can't change, and act to change those things I can. Jane, let's see what shows up next. So do we still have something in the survival pattern? Okay, so that seems to be clear at the moment. Adrenal, survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival, celestial circuit, checking the chakras. I'm going to go into some conscious and subconscious pathways in the brain. So they're higher for our now stuff in life. So I'll just see if any of those little pathways are blocked. Okay, so the corpus callosum connects the 2 sides of the brain. So we're going to do trust and trust issues, which when we don't trust something, trusting life, trusting our bodies, trusting circumstances, trusting the people at work, whatever it is, when we lack trust in something in our world, it can shut down our connection from our left to right hemispheres of the brain. Trust and trust issues. And hold out for me. Okay. Okay. Once again, there's some old pain and punishment circuits that are disconnecting the connection from left to right hemispheres of the brain, the logical to the creative hemisphere. So we'll just pulse this and allow that reconnection of the logical and creative corpus callosum. So left to right. Okay. The next little area showing up is the subcolossal gyrus. So the subcolossal gyrus is to do with internalized or externalized rage, anger, frustration. So it can be anything on the anger spectrum to the full-on depression. I'm feeling flat and wanting to rock in the corner all the way up to big rage and anger. So there's fear, threat, danger around feeling anger in the body. The body doesn't like it doesn't want it doesn't want a part of it. But sometimes anger is the only way to move forward when we get angry with ourselves for not wanting things to stay the same. Sometimes anger is a very, very, very useful emotion. So we're going to go subclossal gyrus. And hold out for me. So we need to activate that little gyrus and calm some of that down so more energy can come to the outer part of the brain. Okay, so the next little area showing up is the fastigial nucleus. This is a little part of the brain where the nervous system is glitching. So it's almost like you are in the middle of a sentence and you forget what you know, or you are walking along and your body just forgets what it's doing. So it's like a little glitch that happens in the cerebellum. So we need to get that little nucleus up and running. So Pons GV15, CV26. Yeah, that one is making, so the brain doesn't like it, doesn't like the glitches, so it just wants to run away. So the brain is in escape submission freeze, so we'll calm that down so that you feel safe and confident feeling on the planet at this moment in time. We need to open up the frontal cortex. That area gets shut down when we don't have a lot of our feel-good hormones. So the serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin. When our feel-good hormones aren't working, this little area shuts down because the survival stuff is saying, no, 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 stay here, stay here. So we need to open up that frontal cortex. Oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, feel-good hormones are welcome in my world. Hold out for me. So that's a test for the anterior commissure. And once again, it's in escape. It's trying to run away and hide. In relation to that though, there's another reticular activating system, so the brainstem's coming back in going, no, 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 don't feel relaxed and happy. Okay, and it's the combination of noradrenaline, the expectation of long-term stress, plus the vigilance, so the nervous system on the lookout for the next thing to go wrong. And I don't know what was happening in your world when you had the thyroidectomy, but most people are not having a fun time for some time before having that happen. It usually doesn't happen overnight. So just releasing all that negative energy, all that worry and fear and trauma that is associated with that time in your world. You are safe, you are happy, you are whole. I choose to live life to the fullest. I choose to be the best version of myself. I choose gratitude on a daily basis. Okay, So this is hippocampus. So the hippocampus is a memory center in the brain, and the two biggest things that shut it down are fear of failure and fear of success. So let's go check it out in the clear first. And again, hold out. Yeah, so pain and punishment circuits. So when we are in pain or punishment, our hippocampus can actually shrink as well. By the time people have dementia, and I'm not saying that's where you're going, but dementia, their hippocampi can actually be as small as 9% of the total size when it's happy, healthy, and well. So the hippocampus is about memory. There's a whole bunch of little connections between the left and the right hippocampus, and when they shut down, it's hard to remember things. It's hard to feel connected when you're constantly rethinking words in your brain or names or ideas, or you think, oh, I used to know that. So we're constantly on the lookout for things that are going to go wrong when we can't access our brain beautifully all the time. So let's just go back and see. But once again, it was a pain punishment circuit. When you have an operation, the anesthetic can put you into survival patterns, because you're asleep on the table, your brain is awake, and your brain's going, holy moly, what are they doing to me? So every time we have anesthetics, that can just keep these little survival patterns running in the background, creating more trauma and pain and punishment circuits. Okay, so firstly, hippocampus, and hold out. Beautiful. Now we'll check in relation to fear of failure. And hold. Yeah, okay. And again, pain and punishment circuitry. And don't forget, all of these things are protective. So when your brain is locked into a fear of failure, it doesn't want you to feel silly. It doesn't want you to look like a goose. So the brain is actually trying to keep you safe by giving you a fear of failure. If I don't try, I won't fail. So it's easy to be in that space and feeling like it's the right thing. Fear of failure. And hold. And fear of success. And hold. Oh goodness. So between a rock and a hard place, both of them showing up. So your brain also doesn't want to succeed. And once again, it's that same pain and punishment circuit. So there's actually this thing called, the punishment loop. So it's sort of like, if I try, I fail, I try, I fail, I try, I fail. So sometimes we just end up choosing to be numb, because numb is easier than feeling anything. And that can be part of that whole lack of pizzazz, lack of, that feeling, that just not feeling on top of things. Every time you play those frequencies, the musical frequencies in the easy scan, that helps to bring your cells back into balance as well. There's another fear. So I'm assuming that you don't feel like yourself, because you just don't have this joy in your life. So let's just ask the body, because the hippocampus has another fear that it's showing, but obviously I don't know what it is. So let's just ask, fear of things staying the same. Like, what if your life just stayed the same for the next 30 years? How would that feel? So fear of things being the same. And hold out. Yeah, it doesn't like that at all. Okay. Yeah, That's it. The first one that hasn't been a pain punishment circuit, that one's rage, anger, frustration. So feeling really frustrated at things staying the same, which is good. You know, we need that frustration sometimes to get something about our cellular energy moving. Okay, so fear of things staying the same. And hold. Beautiful. Fear of never feeling vital and healthy and well again. And hold. Yeah, okay. That one though makes your brain want to run away. Escape, submission, freeze.
I'm just thinking about others that may feel like this, you know.
Yeah, right. I think there's a lot of this out there at the moment. Yeah. Bizarre energy on the planet with so many people struggling at the moment. And that's activated another unconscious pattern in the reticular activating system again. So again, it's vigilance with a lack of serotonin. So when the hippocampus is feeling like things are never going to get better, that you're never going to get your pizzazz back, that you're not going to feel your beautiful, happy, healthy self again, the nervous system doesn't like that and it retreats. It wants to run away. But even though then it's creating vigilance. So the nervous system, and I always joke that I hate getting a new symptom. So it's one of these things I've joked about for years. Actually, since I've been taking the ASEA, I haven't had any new symptoms, which has been good. But because we've, once again, I don't know if genes are real or not, but you know, we have a gene in our family, HLA-B27, which predisposes us to all sorts of immune issues. So autoimmune issues. So we have all sorts of things going on. And I had my first hip issues when I was like 10 or 11 or something. Okay, so now with those brain pathways up and running, I just want to make sure that that's not activating any adrenals or survival stuff.
Just now I feel like when I open my eyes.
Oh,
I said that.
cool.
Like another her brain's working.
Yeah, nice, beautiful.
I've just been in deep healing.
Huh. Hope you heard that. So Renergy's been feeling the deep healing going on in your body while this has been happening. So the brain has just opened up. How wonderful is that? So where do we need to go next? Tuning fork combo. Yeah, right. There's a combination of 2 different Australian bush flower essences testing up for you. One of them is Angel Sword, and one of them is flannel flower. Angel sword we'll do first. It's for when you're also taking on other people's negative energy. Now, don't forget we've got the 6 generations of women in the family line, so it could be connected to that, or it could be because you're feeling flat. Potentially you're more of an empath or a sympathetic at the moment, taking on other people's energy because yours isn't strong and vibrant and as alive as it could be. So angel sword, or angel's word, depending on how you pronounce it. It's for spiritual confusion, interference with true spiritual connection, looking for answers outside of yourself, or even being spiritually possessed. So when we're just not feeling ourselves, when our brain doesn't feel switched on, when our life doesn't feel like our own and we feel like beside ourselves. You've been beside yourself since you were born. So this is about reintegrating back into the here and now, into your beautiful body. So the positives are about attaining spiritual truth and protection, access to gifts and knowledge from past lifetimes. That's fabulous with 6 female energies connected, because even though there's a negative energy, there is an incredible empowerment with that amount of women. And you're a survivor here on the planet at this time because they were survivors. If they weren't survivors, none of us would be here at the moment on the planet. And it also helps to repair the whole energy field. So what I'm going to do is stack in these 2 affirmations for angel sword. I am now free of all negative energies which have ever been a part of me. I am now free of all negative energies that have ever been a part of me. Hold. Hold. Okay, it's only first stage stress. Is there psychological reversal? Yes, there is. So want, need, think, safe, believe, deserve, trust, believe. Your nervous system doesn't believe that you can get rid of these negative energies. How fascinating. I believe I can get over this problem. Hold. I believe it's better to keep this problem. Okay. Silly subconscious.
This is what the roads mean as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so when we believe that we deserve something bad in our world, and once again, don't forget, we're right down that familial feminine line. Sorry. So where do we just need the flower essences? Do we need anything else? Yeah, we need 7 drops. So once again, that's lifetime healing. Happy, healthy and well. I feel freedom in my own body. Okay, so angel sword energy. We'll see whether we need to do something else on top of that. I am now free of all negative energies that have ever been a part of me. And hold. And hold. Beautiful. And I believe I can let go of this problem. Hold. Beautiful. I believe I can let go of this problem. Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, do I need any of the other affirmations associated? Oh, okay. This is a big one, but it's only a little bit of a big one. It is, I am now cutting and releasing all draining cords attached to me from other people. I am now cutting and releasing all draining cords attached to me from other people. So who are the people that drag you down? whether they're in your life now or whether they're from the past, because they don't even have to be in our life now to keep on draining our energy. Okay. Is there psychological reversal in relation to this one? Yes, there is. Want, need, think, safe, believe, deserve, trust. Okay, so this time the nervous system doesn't trust that you can release these people from your world. Okay, I trust I can let go of this problem and hold. I trust it's better to keep this problem and hold. Interesting. And I think one of the big things about letting go of people who are draining our energy is that it makes us feel like we're not loving, caring, connected people. So that we choose to keep people in our world a lot of the time who aren't serving us, or we choose to take on their energy when it's no longer serving us. This is really awful. I had a client who committed suicide a few days ago, and he had never had it. He was in his late 70s, maybe early 80s. He'd never had a day of depression until 2 years ago. May have had nothing to do with it, but the shenanigans going on in the world the last 2 years, and he finally succumbed. And, you know, I have that moment as a practitioner. Do I feel guilty? You know, and I was actually questioning myself, how do I feel about my client having committed suicide? And once again, there are such big energies on the planet. There's nothing we can do about the people around us. The only thing we can do is protect ourselves, look after ourselves, be good friends to those who we choose to be friends to, and look after those we choose to look after, as long as it doesn't drain us. This is telling me that someone in your world, either now or in the past, has really drained your energy. And it's fear, threat, danger. So there's a huge fear of it continuing happening, even though energetically we're still in it at the moment. So we just need to let go of this, be aware and feel it. And one of the meditations that you can do is sort of sit down and visualize the people. Ask the body, for a start, who is adding to my life, and then see the people in your world, families, friends, co-workers, whoever it is. See the people in your world who you feel a good vibe with. You feel excited and happy and you have great conversations. Those people, they're the people who are adding to your life. And then allow yourself for a moment, who do you feel drained after you see them? Who do you feel depressed after you see them? Who do you feel flat after you see them? And those people, we need to send them love and light. We need to be able to say, okay, your problem is not my problem. I choose to take care of me. And if you're an empath, then it really is about daily protection as well. Some people we take on even though they might just walk past us in a supermarket. Once again, you know, thinking about Sanu. Okay. Beautiful. I am now cutting and releasing all draining cords attached to me from other people. I am now cutting and releasing all draining cords attached to me from other people. And hold. Beautiful. Is there any psychological reversal? Want, need, think, safe, believe, deserve, trust. No, that's okay. Okay. Is there anything else we need to do about angel sword energy? Okay. So do we need to work on, yeah, we still will have some work to do with flannel flower. So flannel flower, there's two flannel flowers actually. One is like an energetic hug in a bottle, and it's for when we've missed out on really feel good, lovely stuff as a kid. And I can never remember which one's which. So we shall see which one this one is. Oh, wrong book. The fastest way to freedom is to feel your feelings.
That's nice.
Okay. I now enjoy expressing and sharing my feelings. I am open to physical gentleness and sensitivity now. It's actually the first one. I now enjoy expressing and sharing my feelings. Interesting. I wonder whether somewhere in your familial line with all those women, whether there was some abuse at some stage, because flannel flower is, so remember we were talking about that feminine energy, that which can be the kundalini, it can be our sexual energy, it can be our creation of the perfect life that we want, whatever it is. But once again, there's a real strength in there because they've got you here. You're here because of those strong women in your family. But flannel flower is often for when they've had to suffer some abuse at some stage. So this will be about letting that go as well down that family line, so that there's no longer that attraction of that sort of energy. Is a psychological reversal. Yeah. Want, need, think, say, believe, deserve. This one's a thinking one. Gosh, your psychological reversal is all over the place. So I think I can let go of this problem and hold. I think it's better to keep this problem and hold. Okay. Throat chakra and 8th chakra. So the 8th chakra on the bottom of the feet, that's around feeling safe and secure and grounded, and when there's any history of any trauma like that, and it might not be that, but it's something along those lines. Some sort of abuse where sharing the feelings has not been easy. It says psychological reversal, want, need, think, safe, live, deserve, trust. Flannel flower, beautiful. Okay. I choose to live life to the fullest. I choose to be the best version of myself. I choose to be present and whole here on the earth. Fantastic. Okay, Jane, we are balanced. Fantastic. Thank you so much. If you do actually feel like you're happy to share that at any stage, let me know. What I end up doing for people if they choose to do that is give them a month of bioresonance for free. So basically, once a week I run the scans and send them off to you. So, but it's that was a really lovely balance. Thank you so much. Thank you, Energy. That was awesome. Talk to you again soon and get this up and running as soon as I can. Bye.